Welcome to Loremen, a podcast about local legends and obscure curiosities from days of yore. I'm Alistair Beckett-King.
And I'm James Shakeshaft.
And you're listening to part 2 of our 2025 Almanac.
Yes.
Annual Almanac. And it's now 2026. So this is from last year.
Imagine such a time.
I think we've talked about this many times before. Almanacs normally look forwards.
Shh.
Not here,
Shush.
they don't.
Shush. Shushy. Shushy.
So, looking back, James, what have you got for me? The top 7 episodes?
So last episode, we did the first half of the top 10, which was, of course, 10 to 8. We had episode 10. We had in at number 10, we had The Legends of Luddingstone. Also in at number 10, the Valentine Special.
Right.
I'm just giving you a quick rundown. Then in at number 9 was the Roman robot of Cirencester. Also at number 9 were the man-faced pigs of Brussels. Mm-hmm. And you never guess what? There was another one at number 9.
Yeah.
And that was Vicky's Ticker. And then we leapt up to number 8 with Somerset Sects, followed by another episode at number 8, which was The Witches of Essex with Joel Morris. So there you go. As easy as that.
I think we might have to introduce the concept of a tiebreaker.
How could we break these ties?
We don't have the technology.
Could it be the scores within the episode? Could that work?
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Yeah, the higher scoring episodes.
Because at the moment they are used for nothing.
Completely pointless for scores. Complete waste of time.
I think I barely even hear them as we say them.
You know, I know I pretend to write them in a ledger. I'm not doing that. I'm not writing them down at all.
Uh-oh. And just for stats fans, that top 7 of 3, that top 3 places, which was made up of 7 episodes, featured 3 James Shakeshafts, 2 guests, and 2 Alistair Beckett-Kings.
Only 2 ABKs there. Ooh.
So if ABK and the guests are ganging up, they're winning.
We can take Shakeshaft down.
But now this is the bit that everyone's clamouring for. What's the top 7?
What's number 7, James?
It's Spring-Heeled Jack with Eddie Hurst. It's another guest ep.
Yes. Okay, come on, guests. We can do this.
Eddie came in so hot for this episode. He instantly peaked on his mic. Instant red lines across the board. And that's how the episode started. And to be honest, it stayed that way. It was a lot of fun. He had his homemade time machine. And yeah, it was great.
James, I've called you to this windswept moor for a reason.
Oh, finally. Because I've been coming out to windswept moors on wild goose chases, which didn't involve geese.
Yeah, I wasn't there the other times. I was calling you out and then sniggering away at my house without leaving. I am here this time because I have brought you a third witch to add to our dynamic, James.
Yes. When shall we 3 witches meet for the first time?
I was trying to do a Macbeth thing, and I didn't plan it or think it through, but I'm glad you got where I was going with that.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Is that actually a line from Macbeth there?
That's an exit line for one of the witches from Macbeth. A drum, Macbeth doth come.
I forgot that you went to drama school.
Oh, big time.
You went to drama school big time?
Big time showtime.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you got all of my brilliant literary references because we have a guest law person on this episode. It is Eddie Hurst. Hello, Eddie.
Oi, oi. That's
one of the more famous witch lines.
That is the catchphrase we ask every deputy to say, and so far all of them have refused, have had too much dignity to say it. But Eddie, thank you for saying it.
Thanks for having me. It's a great honour to be here. And oi oi to you and yours. To kith and kin.
For all, and an oi oi also with you. The reason for the witchy shenanigans in that brilliantly acted preamble, well done, James, is that you are on tour at the moment. with Eddie Hurst's wonderful discovery of witches in the county of himself, which has got to be in the running for best show title ever.
Well, thank you very much. It's the shortest title I've done of late, so that's something at least. But yeah, thanks for having me. Big fan of the podcast, and it's an honour to be a deputy law person. I will take that, and I'll hold it tight to my chest.
Yes,
in sincerity, and also in secrecy, to defend from people who will try and shoot me as the deputy, as I understand.
Yes. So
the main risk.
You're wearing it in your sort of breast pocket there, and in the hope that deputy hood is going to absorb a bullet.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping it's like a sort of small Kevlar, a focused Kevlar area.
That those sort of cut plastic stickers will actually repel bullets. Okay.
Just to be clear, people who have the Loremen stickers, they are not actually bulletproof. So please do not.
Okay, well, I need to revise this later, but
we're neither doctors nor quartermasters, so please do not take any of that advice. Medicine or guns. I like the length of your title. You've gone full pamphlet style, like old school pamphlet.
Well, obviously it comes up a lot in the podcast, of course. But as Ed Knight was saying a few episodes back, I love when there's a little title and it's like, oh, that's interesting. But actually, what I'd like is a real synopsis that's also part of the title. If you can please summarise that for me, because sometimes I think it's quite nice to have, like, now we have content warnings, but I think then we had plot warnings as well, which is just great.
Well, not necessarily a warning, more just a plot, not
like
even a summary.
Explanation.
It's just, here's the book, and then here's the book again.
I know I was talking about Macbeth, but probably my favourite Shakespeare would be The Tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. So if you don't know who he is, you already have been told by the full title.
A lot of Hamlets back then, though. A lot of Hamlets to get confused with.
It was like David's when I was in school. You couldn't move for David's.
Hamlet, Aaron's boy.
What big Hamlet?
He did. He was a lecturer at Big Time, right?
Did he run the Showtime?
Big Time Drama School, the drama school run by gangsters that James went to.
Big Time Showtime.
It was a lot of mare seeing, not a lot of mare showing.
Big Time Showtime Drama School. Okay,
and you could do an optional course in Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah. You're gonna come away with moxie, which is one of the main things you need in this business, James.
Yeah, a BA and moxie. Eddie, we have not had you on as a deputy law person before, have we?
No. First time. You have been, of course, on my podcast during the lockdown years, which was Eddie Hurst's podcast version of War of the Worlds.
That was a lot of fun. That was so much fun, that. But thank you very much for joining us today, Eddie. I mean, I'm rubbing my palms together in excitement.
Oh boy, do I have a story today. So I'm very excited with this. Now, I wanted to bring something from my hometown, which is, of course, Warrington. I don't know if either of you have any experience with Warrington previously.
Of course, I died in a sports centre there. I should add, to the listener context, I'm a comedian, so I mean that figuratively.
Not a ghost.
I'm a comedian, not a ghost.
Yeah. He was a big squash guy in the 80s.
Yeah. I was a guy in one of those cozy crime dramas, played a game of squash with a fellow business guy, and then got been poisoned with a
squash ball.
Racket.
The little red dot had poison in it on it.
And I keeled over. No, I'm really, really bad at squash. Startlingly bad. I played an entire game without hitting the ball once.
Everyone's bad at squash.
Yeah, but I've never successfully hit the ball.
Apart from name redacted, the boy at my school who was good at squash. And you just go into the squash court and you just smash it like, I've won 1 point. And however many points it gets to, you just had to wait for him to get to that. And then someone else would go in.
Yeah.
Bad squash times.
Well, I assume it was called David because everybody was in those days.
Yeah. David Squashman.
David Squashman Hamlet.
So, yes, Warrington, I'm sure people know, you're sort of culturally and geographically somewhere between Liverpool and Manchester.
Yeah, kind of down the middle. There comes an age.
Manky, a little bit scousy.
That's right, yeah. You get to about 11, 12, 13, and it's a moment in most Warringtonians' life where you have to say, when someone says, where are you from? You say Liverpool or Warrington, and they go, oh, I'm also from vaguely round there. And then you go, no, actually I'm from Warrington. And they'll go, oh, no, I'm from St. Helens. And both of you will share that look of knowing what is our identity? Who are we? Who are we beyond the large furniture shops? Warrington, of course, is in the northwest. It's kind of this in-between hinterland. And I wanted to have a look and see what great folklore is there that I can bring to represent to you guys. And so I have this particular one. Now, I need to really be clear in the context at which I bring this to you. So I have, of course, the story of Spring-Heeled Jack.
Whoa. Alistair, I think Eddie's become confused.
Warrington's own Spring-Heeled Jack.
Okay, now all right, we appreciate
one of the springs, the Warrington wire.
We appreciate the sound effects there, Eddie. Spring-Heeled Jack is certainly a folkloric figure that we've mentioned on the pod without really giving him full attention, but I don't associate him so strongly with Warrington.
No, he's a London-based phantom, right?
He moved down south because that's where the work is. If you want to,
that's where the crime is.
Sorry, he's where the criminal work. I think there might be some crime in Warrington.
Well, look, I understand that maybe around the 1830s to most of the Victorian period, Spring-Heeled Jack was apparently popular in London. And maybe there was another Jack that also committed heinous crimes that might have made him less popular when it came to the late 1800s. It's not for me to say. Poor Jack.
Poor Jacks in general.
Yeah, bad time to be a Jack who is not a Ripper or of Spring-Heel was what they said. I think that was an 1890s phrase.
Oh, yeah, well, that was the subtitle for the Union Jack.
Yeah.
Union Jack or... and so on.
Yeah. So I have this story, The Legend of Spring-Heeled Jack Warrington, which, of course, so for folklore fans, and as you may know, as people who've done Spring-Heeled Jack adjacent things, the first reported case in that there London was 1837. However, I'd like you to jump into my folk time machine.
Ooh,
and join me on a journey as we go all the way to the summer of 1927. I don't know if you can do this, James, but if you put like some sort of like wah pedal stuff in for wow.
You can already. The listener can't see James's face. I can. I know he's not going to do that.
I'm not going to put a bed
I can see that he's not going to do that.
Unless I can make the noise with my own mouth.
The summer
like the record
of 27.
Scratch. 1927. Sorry.
1927. Yep.
Right, 90 years forwards.
Yeah, we've gone in the time machine to the future.
So we've gone forward to the past. I don't believe we have, James.
No, we haven't. We've done literally the opposite.
We've gone to the back to the less past.
Okay.
That's what I'd say it is. Less past.
That's
past, less past, present, future.
What is the time machine made out of, though? Just so I can paint a picture in my mind.
It's made of some plywood is in there, a lot of it, but you'd think that's not very strong. But what I've done is I've put two real thick bits of cardboard around that and I've duct taped that up.
Nice. So are you telling me you built a time machine out of a design and tech project?
I would have wanted a folk time machine to be more sort of withies and papier-mâché and maybe some sort of tendrils.
Or a tree with eggs on it.
Ooh, that would be good, actually. Well, look, we can put a tree in here if we get some eggs at some point.
I've got a pocket full of eggs.
Who knew that Spring-Heeled Jack did a tour of the provinces?
Yeah.
And went to Warrington.
Leapt over train stations. He'd definitely jumping the barriers.
He would be, wouldn't he? That'd be nothing to him, Spring-Heeled Jack.
Yeah, but then he's also jumped the whole station. So he's like jumped both sets of barriers.
We want to be careful because some of them have overhead power lines.
Aye.
Depends on the types of trains.
I thought that was solely tram or ones in Europe.
Oh, you might be right.
Like mainland, I mean. Anyway, what's next? Also at number 7.
Also at number 7, it's one of yours, James. It's The Amazing Journey, 1607.
That's obviously the year, not the 1,607th most amazing journey.
I thought that was the number of votes it got in the Discord. This one got 1,607 votes.
Around that, yeah, round it up. Yeah, you could round it up to that, yeah.
You're rounding it up quite a lot, actually.
By the way, actually, while you mention it, thank you very much to everyone who voted in the Lorefolk Discord. This was that boat that started its journey on top of the church and then went all the way to London or something for a reason.
Yeah.
Which we could not fathom.
But the reason I think that it's been selected is the name of that boat, James. Do you recall what type of boat was in use?
Of course I do. It was a pinnace. A pinnace. pinnace.
Pinnace.
Pinnace.
Pinnace.
Which is a type of boat. I think we did it at the time, but the way to remember it is that you can put a pinnace on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a pinnace. Is that right?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
That's the way around.
Yes.
Good. Well, let's have a let's have a little clip of us presumably just giggling. It's the morning of Monday, the 20th of July, 1607.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. Got it.
You happy with that? You happy with that? Just in the Loremen extended universe, another William is in Japan at the moment, making friends with the Shogun and stuff. Oh, what other stuff's going on right now? Probably, I'm not sure exactly the dates, but young Ollie Crumbs is probably beating up young King Charles, who was a prince at that time.
Yeah, because they were friends, like Professor Xavier and Magneto, right?
Well, they bumped into each other once, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, we covered it on the old Ollie Crumbs Head episode, I think.
I should listen to this podcast. It's very informative.
Oh, yeah, there's loads going on. But yeah, so we're back then in them days. It's Monday, the 20th of July, the morning, 1607. And we are near the village of Lambourne. Well, we're on the outskirts at William Essex's garden. Now, I'm pretty sure this is Sir William Essex, the first baronet, who lived 1575 to 1645. He was the MP for Arundel, which I think is in Lord of the Rings. Then MP for Stafford, which is a motorway service station. And then he became Justice of the Peace for Berkshire. And it's around this time he became friends with William Bush, Billy Bush, and he financed the following very, very amazing journey. On that day, a ship was unveiled, a pinnace. A pinnace.
I'm sorry?
A pinnace or a
How's it
pinnace?
spelled?
Pinnace. Sounds like I'm saying not rude, but an anatomical word in a bit of a funny accent, but it's spelt Pinnace.
Ah.
I'm going to just double check that it is pronounced like a posh person talking about something. I'm not going to trust you, AI overview. So it's a ship's boat, and it doesn't give me a pronunciation on Wikipedia. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to pronounce it like that guy. Pinnace. Yeah, well, according to the internet, pinnace. It is pronounced like that. This is not bleepable. This is a type of boat, a pinnace. It's a ship's boat. It's neither a launch nor a lifeboat. It's in between.
The pinnace.
It's the pinnace. It's like the little boat that you see going around between the big ships.
Bigger than a jolly boat, though, because it's got sails, right?
Yes, it can have up to 3. And in later years, you could even have a steam-powered pinnace.
Right.
I didn't realise this was going to sound so rude.
It's not jolly. It's just a regular pinnace.
Yes. So it's a ship's boat. So remember that thing, you can have a boat on a ship, but you can't have a ship on a boat.
Yeah.
It's the dessert spoon, tablespoon. You can have a dessert on a table. You can't have a table on a dessert.
Right.
But anyway, I've distracted myself with all this talk.
Yeah, that's confused me even more.
Back to the pinnace.
Just get back to the pinnace, James.
On Monday, the 20th of July, a big crowd had gathered to see this guy's pinnace. Oh, no. I really didn't expect it to go this way.
How could you possibly have anticipated this, James?
From Sir William Essex, the first baronet's garden, emerged this pinnace, and it was taken to the churchyard, where there were some...
Piloted by Mr. Bush, is that correct?
Yes, Billy Bush. Where some elaborate cables pulled it up the church tower.
Right.
And a load of cannons. If you look at that picture, you see there's a load of cannons out the side?
Yes.
They all went off by themselves. There was no one on the boat.
Right.
And you see all those flags on the side of the boat.
It's waving many a flag.
Yes, it's coats of arms, the arms of England, the Essex coat, the Harcourts, and the Waynemans.
The Waynemans?
Yes. Who I can only assume is the crime-fighting pseudonym of Bruce Batt.
That's very good, James.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot. I need something that will strike terror into the hearts. I know.
Just to be clear, a bat is saying this.
Yes.
Yeah, a bat in a smoking jacket.
A very rich bat.
Is saying this. A very wealthy, a playboy bat. He's not a serious bat.
He's a play bat. Yes, that's it. I shall become a Wayne. And yeah, Wayne Man. Wayne Man was born. The coat of the shipwright, the ancestors, and divers other gentlemen of worth. Of all the flags hanging out the side of this boat, this pinnace. It's a shit. And the guns went off remotely, and it got late. A lot of people had gathered, more people than Billy Bush had anticipated had gathered. So they had to take the boat back to William Essex's garden because they couldn't do the launch that day, the start of the amazing journey.
Sorry, you're telling me that the ship being heaved to the top of the church tower, that wasn't the journey?
No. It's a boat, Alistair. It's a pinnace.
I'm sorry. It's a pinnace. Excuse me.
That wasn't quite the start of the journey. I had to read this chapter a few times because it is quite confusing. Because on Tuesday, the 21st, an even bigger crowd has shown up, and they took the pinnace back to the churchyard and they pulled it up about 40 feet in the air. Mm-hmm. The inventor had a little look around and checked all the underside of it, checked it was all good, brought it back down again. He got on it and they hauled the pinnace all the way back up to the top of the tower.
So the first two pinnace haulings were just a practice.
Yeah, they were just kind of showing off. And then they get, as
just a dry run.
Yes. As the pinnace was brought to the top of the tower.
Yes, James.
They realised the tower was covered in people. There were loads of people who wanted to catch a glimpse of the pinnace.
Yep.
And they'd climbed all up the side of the tower, and it was too much weight.
You naughty pinnace peepers, get down from there.
They just wanted to have a little look at his pinnace.
Well, you can see it from the ground.
Now, I'll say first of all, no one was hurt, but bits of the tower started to fall off the church. Two of the little pinnacles, the nice bits on the corners of a tower, two of them fell off to the ground. They didn't hurt anyone, fortunately. No one was hurt. And everyone sort of calmed down. And the boat was pulled right up to the top of the pinnace was pulled right up to the top of the tower. William Bush saluted, and the boat was let down to the ground. There you go. Foul language there.
Awful stuff.
And on that topic...
brilliant segue.
We've gone up to number 6, and it is The Witch That Wasn't with Willow Winsham. And the Lorefolk, thank you very much for voting for this one. In particular, the highlight that was cited was the annals of history.
Come on, Lorefolk. There's a pattern emerging here. You can't just enjoy things that sound very slightly rude. This was a nice story in that the witch turned out to win the story, which is very rare in stories that involve witches. Also, she wasn't a witch. She was just a person.
Yes.
Because there's no such thing as witches.
Well, let's have another listen to us giggling at silly words.
Seems to me that the people of this village cannot embrace the principles of capitalism. She has got money and she's trying to buy products from them. It's just basic commerce, and they keep saying, no, for no reason at all, I'm not going to sell you my butter and my whey or any milk.
Or curds.
I'm not. We object to your efforts to start dairy capitalism in this community.
Yeah. I mean, to give them some possible credit, it could just be that they didn't have enough. There were food shortages around the Civil War period and everything.
I'm not saying it was right to kill those children, just to be clear. I'm not saying that was correct.
Or that cow child.
Or that child cow.
Yeah. No. And then we're getting right up to, real time now, because just 5 weeks beforehand, Bridget Fox in the 1650s, not like real time now.
Bang up to date in the 1650s.
Yes. Anne Wag is still out there. But no, just 5 weeks ago, Bridget Fox.
But she's moved on to milk substitutes. So, she's going for Oatly.
She'll come around asking for your Alpro.
No, she is now vegan.
Oh, no, a vegan witch. The most dangerous kind.
But yes, Bridget Fox, the wife of William Fox, the vicar of Ilkeston since 1633, had also suffered a strange illness.
The Reverend Wiley Fox.
I'm not making this up. This is true. This is all true and
Go on.
It can be corroborated. There we go.
It's pronounced Aziz.
But in standard witch thwarting style, Anne Wagg, clearly holder of Most Likely to be a Witch award we've established, was summoned to Bridget's bedside so that
I think she's holding 2 awards. She's most likely to be a witch, most likely to want dairy.
Yeah.
She was summoned to Bridget's bedside so that the ill woman could scratch her. Now, this process involved drawing blood from a suspected witch with the belief doing so would break the witch's hold on their victim. And it clearly worked because, as a, shock turn of events for this story, Bridget was still alive long after this story finished.
Oh.
Yeah.
Survived.
So, our Bridget survived.
That's how you can remember with Anne Wagg, isn't it? Because it's died, survived.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, back to the
and then
other
back
trend.
to died, yeah.
Back to died, yes. And just 10 days before all of this happened, the 15-year-old daughter of Anne and Thomas, it's either Ancock or Ancoke, depending on how you spell it.
Are you dropping an H?
No, I am not. No. Though actually, it could have been. I don't know. I haven't checked the Paris registers for Hancock. No, Ancock is in there, and I'm just going to keep saying Hancock.
Maybe it's
and you can say Anne. You can say. I don't think either of us can do a good enough Tony Hancock impression to really voice Hancock.
Was he ever played by Harry H. Corbett?
I'm sure they must have played opposite each other at some point in there.
Are you sure? Because this is Midlands-ish, Midlands adjacent story. Was it Tom and what were the names of the couple? Sorry, Tom.
Hang on, Anne and Thomas.
So it could be Anne, Thomas, and Cock. Because it could be a third person.
Could be the name of the dog.
Mm.
So what happened to Anne Cock?
The daughter of the Ancocks. Well, the girl herself and several of the neighbours were afraid that Anne Wagg was behind the illness, and the girl declared that she was witch-ridden, which is something she knew for certain because at times she couldn't move. Again, summoned to the girl's bedside. I do feel for Anne Wagg at this point. I know these are spread apart, but the amount of times she seemed to have been summoned somewhere. What if she was walking across town on her way to try and buy whey or bread or something and failing? And then it's like, hey, come here. We need to,
come and get scratched.
So apparently this case, it was just a case of asking forgiveness of each other rather than any physical harm. So yay. But sadly, as you can probably guess where this is going, the girl died not long after.
Which kind of suggests that it wasn't anything to do with the witch to me.
Mm.
Yes.
Especially when we consider that fact in the context of the other fact, the witches aren't real. That also makes me think it might just have been a coincidence. And if this one's a coincidence, then what does that say about all the other ones?
But what did our dear friend Gervais Bennett have to say?
I hope he was a rational-minded fellow and he gave Anne a fair chance.
I think he said, light that fire, fetch my tongs.
Well, based on all of the above, what did happen to Anne Wagg? Did the evil witch get her just desserts or her chips and her curds and her dog? Or, well, according to various sources, that's exactly what happened. Now, in the words of John Charles Cox, in his hefty work, 3 Centuries of Derbyshire Annals.
Well handled there.
Yeah, published in 1890, and it was so big. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Tell me how big his annals was.
Oh, God, stop.
300 years of annals. Some of the older ones are going to be barely recognisable, I'm guessing.
This is what happened when I was in a library and I saw a book called Penetrating Wagner's Ring.
It wouldn't be so bad. If he hadn't been called John Charles Cox, I'd have had a chance there, but no. But sorry, yes, I'll say that again. In the words of John Charles Cox, in his hefty work, 3 Centuries of Derbyshire Annals, published in 1890, and so big... It required 2 volumes.
Wow. It's like 50 Shades of Grey, but 300 years of annals.
Why, Mr. Cox, your annals are so big.
It's the reverse of 100 Years of Solitude, I suppose, isn't it? It's like the anti-book.
So yes, according to this, beyond the fact that the reputed witch was committed for trial, we know nothing as to her fate. But slipshod and puerile as the statements are, and wholly illogical in their reasoning, they are just as strong as many that were followed by the capital sentence. So we should think that there is little doubt that Anne Wagg was burnt to death on evidence that nowadays would not even convict a poacher.
Although don't we now think that witches weren't burned as frequently as people in John Cox's day, Annas, thought?
Well, as we all know very well, what the Victorians didn't know wasn't worth knowing. So obviously he was 100% correct as to the fate of Anne Wagg. Spoiler alert, he really wasn't.
Oh, I'm glad, but most importantly, I was right.
Yes, you were.
Yes. Very childish, pathetic.
Yeah. And now, Alistair, we're in the top 5, finally. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes of the top 10, we finally reached number 5. Well, how else can you do it when there's a draw, though?
It's impossible. There's simply no other way of doing this.
Do you drop down? Do you go like we had 2 in 7, so the next one's at number 9? Is that how it's supposed to go?
I don't think I even understood the question there, James.
I don't either, which is how come we've ended up with talking about 10 episodes, but only covering 5 spots in the top 10.
Well, we're down to the last 5.
Yes.
Let's hope it's packed with ABK episodes here, because it's been very James heavy so far. What's next?
Oh, it's another James one.
Oh!
It's the most, I think this was the most potato heavy episode. It's the Prince Edward, the island.
Yes, not the prince.
But you do get to find out a lot, because the particular highlight that was selected by the Lorefolk was the quiz, which is where it's a fun little quiz, and you could play along at home, I believe.
Yeah.
You had to discern whether I was talking about Prince Edward the island or Prince Edward the Prince Edward person from the British royal family, who at the time of recording was still a prince. And currently still a prince. Sure.
Yeah. Is there still currently a Prince Edward alive now?
Yeah, I reckon.
Is there?
There's usually one.
But I mean, yeah, I suppose not all princes stay princes forever. There might be exceptional circumstances.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a King Ralph situation with Prince Edward. I'm going to your friend of mine, Canada. Oh, Canada. And I've got some pretty spooky stuff from Prince Edward Island.
Can I ask in advance, will you be doing any Canadian accents, James?
I will be having a go.
Yes!
Alistair, I have found some tales from Prince Edward Island.
Oh, where's that?
That's in Canada.
Okay, of course, Canada, right. Is that where the potatoes come from?
Alistair, going to do a little quiz, because obviously Prince Edward is also a member of the royal family, the Duke of Edinburgh. The current Duke of Edinburgh at time of recording. So I'm going to just do a little quiz just to
I don't think I can picture this guy. I don't think I know anything about him.
Well, weirdly, Prince Edward, I don't want to give too much away because that might spoil my quiz. The answers to the quiz are either Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, or Prince Edward Island.
Right. Never the potato.
So, first of all...
No, wait, it's King Edward, the potato.
King Edward is the potato.
Then it's not even a type of potato. King Edward. Prince Edward, I guess, would be maybe a salad potato.
The potato is dead. Long live the king potato. That's not how that phrase works. Okay, so answers to this quiz are either Prince Edward Island or Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh. Yeah, right. Some of these facts have come from Wikipedia, which is...
Oh, okay. You didn't use the AI overview for any of these facts, did you, James?
No, I did not. This is a legitimate quiz ripped from Wikipedia and Chasing North American Monsters. Okay?
Let's hear it.
Was it Prince Edward Island or Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, that dropped from 3rd in line to the throne at birth to 15th in line to the British throne at time of recording?
I'm going to say I think that was the man and not the island. Yeah.
Okay, correct. Tick.
Because islands aren't born. That's just a little thing I noticed.
Okay, well,
tiny clue in the question.
You don't need to show your workings.
Okay, but I want to.
Is the smallest Canadian province 2,195 square miles?
Definitely the Duke of Edinburgh again.
No, it was Prince Edward Island.
It was the island that time.
Yes,
I suppose people don't normally measure people in square meters, miles.
He's not 2,195 square miles big. Okay. 146,280 people live on it. Is it Prince Edward Island or Prince Edward, the man?
Can I ask a follow-up question? Whether you count fleas, bacteria, or any kind of parasites as people?
Any kind of parasite.
I mean, if he has bacteria living on him, do they count as people? No. In that case, I'm going to go island.
Okay, great. Which is made up of a main island and 231 minor islands?
Probably the island.
Okay. Which issued that's correct. Which issued a statement, offending the British public was the very last thing I would have wanted to do, after having been reported of saying that the British people hate anyone who succeeds and America is where the money is.
Oh.
Is that Prince Edward Island or Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh?
Well, there's
in line to the throne.
I can't see a Canadian island being that complimentary about the States. So, although I don't think they would be rude, I am going to say that was the Duke of Edinburgh again.
Okay. Which one worked as a production assistant on Phantom of the Opera, Starlight Express, and Cats?
I would prefer it to have been the island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a small Canadian island.
Yeah, worked with Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber at the Really Useful Theatre Company.
Just standing outside the stage door having a cigarette with the other techs. They're like, oh, flipping Lloyd Webber.
So is that your final answer?
Yeah, my final answer is that the island worked on Starlight Express.
It was Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, 15th in line to the throne at the time of recording. Was it Prince Edward Island or Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, that dropped out of the Royal Marine Commando course training, despite the Royal Marines having sponsored their university degree at Jesus College, Cambridge?
I mean, clearly, I don't think anybody goes from the successful military career to working in musicals. So I think it's the same guy again. It's the Duke of Edinburgh. The island again. Yeah.
No, I don't think they would would they let a Canadian island train in the Royal Marines?
Well, it's part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, maybe. No, it was Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, who did that. And do you know what? Turns out he went to Jesus College, Cambridge. His A-levels were a C and 2 Ds. So
Interesting. I wonder how that happened.
For us everywhere. So for all of us. Okay, final question in this quiz. I haven't been keeping track of the scores, Alistair, but I don't think you're winning.
No.
Which produces 25% of Canada's potatoes?
I would love it if they just popped out of the Duke of Edinburgh in a timely manner. And Canadian farmers had to just follow him around with a basket of some kind, waiting for a new potato to plop out.
Like Donkey Kong drops bananas in Mario Kart 1.
But no, I think it's probably the island.
Yeah, you're right.
So I was right about potatoes. I was unwittingly correct that this was a potato-related island, even though I briefly forgot the name of the King Edward.
I don't know. I mean, it can't be that the King Edwards come from Prince Edward Island. Surely an island can't spawn potatoes that are of a higher rank than it.
Impossible.
That's not how hereditary works.
It'd be awful being on an island that was outranked by a potato.
Yeah, its own produce. But Alistair, I didn't bring you here to do a quiz. I did bring you here to do a quiz, but I didn't bring you here just to do a quiz based on Prince Edward Island and Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh.
It was really good, and I think people probably enjoyed playing along. It's amazing how unambiguously different a man and an island are, such that it's impossible to not know which is the correct answer.
That's true. That is true, but you did very well. you hit it well. Okay, but we've got some monsters on Prince Edward Island. There are some scary monsters around that area. Yeah, there is currently minimum one.
Okay.
Active Prince Edward, the person.
One practicing Prince Edward.
Middle name's Louis.
Well, I think we all learned something there.
Yes.
But mainly about potatoes. So we're up to number 4. Surely this one is one of my stories, James.
Oh, no.
What?
No, it's another Shakeshaft one. And you can tell from the title because it is Pluckley, the Hauntedest village.
That doesn't sound like a word I would use in a title, Hauntedest. Surprised I allowed that one to go out. Hauntedest.
It's from the Osborne Book of Ghosts.
Well, I've got nothing against this episode, James, and nothing against you personally.
Right.
Not a fan of Pluckley. I'm surprised to see Pluckley ranking so highly.
As a conceit.
Just as, the whole concept of it. I just think it's not that haunted. Because half the ghosts are clearly the same ghost, observed from a different angle.
Yeah.
And and half of the ghosts, there's nobody who claims to have seen them. Well, so how do they, most ghosts aren't real, but these ghosts aren't even not real. I don't think they're even real, not real ghosts. They're not even fake, James. I don't believe it.
It's just good PR, isn't it, with Pluckley?
This is what I reckon. I bet there are loads of villages in the north that are just as haunted as Pluckley, if not more, and they don't go on about it.
Do you think, though, because this became to fame in around the 80s, was it that those northern ghosts lost their jobs haunting perhaps the mines and were encouraged to move south for other villages to haunt?
I suppose they could have got on their bikes and looked for haunt. But I think it's much more likely that these southern ghosts simply had connections with people in the media and were able to get more attention than the forgotten ghosts of the north.
And probably the people on the ghost pages of the media, they couldn't be bothered to go that far outside of London.
No, they're just going to go to Kent.
They just popped over to Kent.
So once again, we're hearing about Pluckley.
It's like, when it snows in London, that makes the news, but it's
it's big news.
It's consistently snowing in Scotland.
Yeah, it's always snowing all the time in Scotland, and nobody goes on about it.
I know. I do. Listen. I do agree. It's not that it can't. Even to us, and I would not class us as experts, there are so many places that have more ghosts than this that we've read about.
He admitted it. This episode has no right to be this highly ranked.
However, it does feature my most favourite joke that I think I've ever done, which was when I talked about alienating the ghost ombudsman and then also ghosting the alien ombudsman.
All right, that was good.
I did unofficially retire then.
Undefeated in the field of confusing sentences.
The greatest spooky pun I could ever do.
It's a sort of semi-spooky spoonerism, but not quite.
And spooky spoonerism, the listener won't know you actually did spoonerize your spooky spoonerism there, but it's both the same noise.
All right. Have your clip then. I'll stop complaining.
Listen, I've picked something for this week's episode, and I'm concerned I've gone a bit mainstream.
Oh, James, are you selling out to the man?
I think I am.
But the people who liked us before we were cool, which I assume we will be shortly, are going to abandon us in droves.
I know, they're going to shout Judas at us.
Yeah. You're not going electric, are you?
Yes, we are going electric. Because, Alistair, this week, we're doing the Kentish village of Pluckley.
Pluckley in Kent.
Pluckley in Kent.
Famously, to my knowledge, is it Britain or England's most haunted village?
It is, and these are not my words, the words of Osborne, All About Ghosts, part of the World of the Unknown series.
The Osborne book. Wow.
The Osborne book. This is Pluckley in Kent, which is the hauntingest village in Britain. / England. Not my quote. Actually, the direct quote from Osborne.
The hauntingest village in England.
The village of Pluckley in South... No, okay. This is the double-page spread
in the Osborne book.
Osborne Book of Ghosts is what everyone calls it, but technically it's All About Ghosts, part of the World of the Unknown series. The village with a dozen ghosts. Some places have a reputation for being particularly haunted. The village of Pluckley in southeast England is one such place. It is claimed to have no fewer than 12 ghosts. So they're not saying it's the most there.
12 doesn't seem like that many, but I suppose it's quite small. Is it per square metre? Is that how we measure the density of hauntings.
I guess so, yeah. So like Canada would be quite low, although what was the Prince Edward Island was pretty thick with them. Was that Canada or was that America? I can't remember. Sorry, North America. I'm looking around various sources, and my other sources for this, apart from Osborne book all about Ghost, the World of the Unknown, I'm also in Lore of the Land, friend of the show. I'm also in The Haunted South by Joan Foreman. None of these say it's the most haunted village in either Britain or England. They refer to it, Pluckley, a wheeled village long noted for the number and variety of its ghost. Noted.
A wheeled village?
Yeah, it's the area, I guess. It's not on wheels. That's WEALD, not WHEELED. It's not a sort of
We're not in Mortal Engines territory.
No, not at all. Nor are we talking about probably something from the Dark Crystal.
Baba Yaga, by the way, is the name you're trying to remember.
The Baba Yaga, nor the Baba Yaga house, but wheels. Because that was natural legs, wasn't it?
A wheelie version of the Baba Yaga house.
Yeah, or a caravan. It's not a village that's just a big caravan.
Well, that's disappointing.
But on the Wikipedia page, it does confirm that in 1989, the title of the most haunted village in Britain was bestowed on it by the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, that authoritative journal of facts. Yes, of course.
With 12 different ghosts reported. The category is no longer in use by Guinness, and a visiting Daily Telegraph journalist in 2008 cast doubt on the veracity of the claims.
On the basis that ghosts don't exist.
Don't know what the Telegraph stance is on ghosts, to be honest.
I mean, it's half the readership. Zing!
No, obviously, we all know about this, and everyone listening to this podcast knows about Pluckley from the Usborne All About Ghosts, the World of the Unknown.
Of course we do. You've got that book. I've got that book. We all read it as children.
Read along at home. When I turn the page, you'll hear this noise. I won't. It's a double-page spread. You don't need to turn any pages. There'll be no noise. But I'm going to give you a little roundup of what Osborne says are the 12 ghosts. And just to go back to your numbering system, yes, a very good point. Because surely, like, when you see a ghost train full of ghost passengers, that's more than 12. But is that a single haunting?
Is that one ghost or is that multo ghost? Great question. Yeah, it's the question of ghosts versus hauntings. I don't think we have the authority to adjudicate this, James.
No, sorry, Ghost Ombudsman. We'll see him again in our dreams or our nightmares. No, I'm gonna run us round the village, hop in the back of my little hatchback car because we're in Kent, so it's a hatchback car with two spoilers. As in the part of the car, not telling you that. Can
a hatchback have spoilers? Where do the spoilers go on a hatchback?
On the back, at the top of the hatch. I had a Mazda 323, which was molto spoilered.
Okay. And what does that do?
Nothing. It just looks super cool.
Right. Okay.
It had a spoiler at the top and a spoiler in the middle.
Those I call them ghost catchers. You can easily get a ghost caught on those spoilers.
Oh, yes. Or an urban legend very easily. So this winter, Lorefolk, please check your spoilers for ghosts.
Yeah. If you're cold, ghosts are cold.
It's like hedgehogs in
bonfires. Yeah, in bonfires. Mm.
So first up, we're ragging it round. We're doing a wheel spin as we rip off down this Kentish country road.
I think I did a robot horse. I was trying to do car.
I think you ran over a horse.
That's the sound of a car.
That's a very smug robot horse.
I was just trying to do wheel spin. Sorry.
We are visiting the Colonel of the Woods.
Oh.
It's in Parkwood.
Are we talking colonel or colonel?
Colonel. Yes, the army type. The Colonel of the Woods.
Colonel of the Woods?
The Colonel of the Woods.
Colonel of the Woods.
Colonel. These are my woods. Hey, you bush. You shouldn't be here in my woods. This is for trees only.
A fir tree? A fir tree? The impertinent.
Wood? Oh, you can't park here. That's probably what the Colonel would say if people tried to park in Parkwood.
Other things that Colonel of the Woods might say.
It was formerly a small stretch of forested ground on the outskirts of Pluckley. And
before it was promoted to colonel.
Well, no, the colonel died in the woods.
Straight in as an officer.
The colonel died in the woods that used to be there.
The colonel of the woods,
and his ghost is often seen walking there.
I see. For some reason, I thought the woods were a colonel. That makes a lot more sense.
No, it's not Colonel Woods. So that's Park Wood. Boom, we're going round 2. Back in the hot hatch. And we are ragging it round to Dickie Bus's lane. Which, Dickie Bus is a person, it's not a bus lane.
Dickie Bus is a person.
Yeah, it's not a bus lane specifically for buses that are, on their way out. A little bit we've got a Dickie Bus.
So he's not wheeled, Dickie Bus.
He is, whilst he is in a wheeled village, he's just a regular person.
And that was his actual name, Dickie Bus. And is it short for Richard Omnibus?
Potentially, he could be part of the Richard Omnibus, which I guess will go out on a Sunday. Often subtitled, and you can't turn them off. This was soon after World War I, and a schoolmaster died in these woods, and his phantom is occasionally still seen in those woods.
That's Dickie Bus.
That's the Dickie Bus on Dickie Bus's lane. But we don't know if the schoolmaster is called Dickie Bus.
Right. Okay. All right. So it's the ghost of Dickie Bus's lane, but it may not be the ghost of Dickie Bus.
And we're going to go on to Fright Corner. Yeah, we're back in the Mazda 323.
What kind of miles per gallon do you get? Oh, sorry, I'm just listener, by the way, I'm trying to do man talk. I don't know what any of these words mean. What kind of MPG do you get on that baby, James?
I don't remember because at the time I did not care.
Okay. I don't know. What does it mean?
No.
Nobody knows.
No.
Nobody knows.
We're going to see the spectre of the highwayman. There's a highwayman, and this highwayman had a special little trick. There was a hollow oak there, and the highwayman would hide in the oak till they heard a coach come coaching down the road, and they would hop out, money of your life, etc., stand and deliver, get the money, and probably just go and hide back in the tree, avoid detection. However, one person walking along, they knew of this plan. They got the sword out, stuck it in the tree. Boom, they pop up. Yeah, they pop up pirated, the highwayman.
Wow. You might say it's a case of my wayman or the highwayman.
Oh, you should do.
That doesn't actually make sense in this context, but we've talked about highwayman a lot, and it just occurred to me I'd never said that on the podcast.
But now we have, so that's
it's
good.
Your wayman or the highwayman. That doesn't work as well.
It's your wayman or the stout yeoman.
Ooh, good. Speaking of highways, shall we hop back in that Mazda?
Well, so I just want to let you know how the nature of this ghost is that spectral event is reenacted every night. So weirdly, this ghost is the ghost of someone that killed the highwayman. Presumably,
he's got his own murderer's ghost built into his ghost.
Well, he's not going to be visible because he's just going to be a dribble of blood coming out of a tree stump.
Is that normal? We could refer this question to the ghost ombudsman if we hadn't alienated him.
Otherwise, I'd text the alien ombudsman, but I've been ghosting them for the past month. Alistair, we're at the top 3.
Down to the top 3. Okay, probably all ABKs, I would imagine.
Ooh, well, let's find out. It's definitely not the first one.
Okay.
Because this is Albina, or The Origin of Giants, with Tales of Britain and Ireland podcast.
Oh, guest. I didn't tell any of the story on this episode.
Neither did I.
But the Tales of Britain and Ireland podcast did.
Yes. Graham was a wonderful guest.
Graham, to put that another way. Do we use his human name?
That we had to dance around a lot in this episode because it was quite a spicy story.
Another saucy one, very spicy.
Ever so saucy, which also led to the incubus joke. That is simply all my notes are for this episode.
It just says incubus joke.
Incubus joke.
If I were you, I'd probably include that in the clip.
I'll probably play it now, yeah.
So he has a big meeting and he brings them all to the palace and commands them all to come back, the daughters and their husbands, gets them together, and then he does some shouting at his daughters, telling them to obey their husband. He's given up on getting a #1 dad mug for his birthday. He's really annoyed at them all. And it's a pretty dark time, pretty dark, be honest, not going to lie. But there's a silver cloud because the princesses are here in their childhood home, and after the Emperor's lecture, they all sneak off to Albina's room and they can be united together.
He's doing pretty well if each girl has her own room.
Oh, yeah, they all have their own rooms.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they are princesses after all, so
yeah, fair enough.
They're doing all right. And they all fit into hers, all 33 of them. And she's got a plan. She sort of stands up and gives them some rousing speech along the lines. They expect us to go back and live with these horrible men. But this is our palace. We are together. We have a chance to do something different. We'll show them what we think of them. We know where the kitchens are in this place. We know where the knives are kept. Our husbands will come to bed tonight expecting us to come to them all meek and mild. Why don't we wait until they go to sleep and slit their throats? Liberty or death.
Yes.
Waves a knife in the air or something. And then there's like probably an awkward pause. And she's looking around, just comes out with this, and everyone's and she's maybe like, oh, well, it was just a suggestion, you know.
Usually in films, the microphone does that whong feedback thing, and she shuffles her notes, but then usually one person starts doing a slow clap, and you don't yet know, is it a good clap? Is this the good clap, or is it a bad clap? Until everyone's like, yeah, actually, we all agree, but we paused for dramatic reasons.
That is exactly it.
Yes.
You've got the vibe, got the language of the film there, and they all start clapping. And then, yeah, let's go murder our husbands.
Guys,
So they go off to the kitchens and they get some knives. And that night, the sub-kings are pleased to find that their wives are transformed, pliant and meek and all that stuff they wanted. And they drift off to sleep, pleased that everything has been fixed just by being mean to them. And not one of those men wakes up ever again. Well, except in maybe like my throat's cut and blood's going everywhere and that sort of way, but not for long. Every one of the princesses cuts her husband's throat and he dies.
So it's a happy ending.
Well, yeah, it is a happy ending. Absolutely, it's a happy ending. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is meant to be bad. This is meant to be, terrible. They killed their mean, abusive husbands. Anyway, they hadn't thought of a getting away plan, by the way. That wasn't part of this. This was a sort of like, well, we would rather be free and die than we would to live under the yoke of tyranny sort of thing going on here. So they just sit waiting to be discovered in their gore-filled murder rooms wearing their viscera-spattered grin. Yeah, they've done it! Proper old-school feminism stuff. Not that feminism necessarily means killing men, of course. Obviously, that's a gross mischaracterization, but sometimes a little bit of killing men probably doesn't
killing
hurt.
Men can be a part of a balanced feminism. As an expert on feminism, that's my opinion.
So yes, they've done it, and much cheers all around, but they get discovered. And then a load of boring legal stuff happens, because the Emperor, I know, it's surprising, they're just legal shenanigans, because the Emperor's all like, just kill my daughters, sick of them, get rid of them. But he's got viziers and they're whispering into his ear about optics. Doesn't look good. They are still royalty. Obviously they did murder all these men, so what do we do? So eventually they reach a sort of compromise, a bit like that when Bart Simpson's waving his arms up and down and then walking towards you going, if I hit you, it's not my fault. Like a sort of plausible deniability thing going on here, because they don't kill the daughters. All they do is they get the princesses, they put them on a boat with no oars and a little amount of food, and then they send them into quote-unquote exile by pushing the ship out into the Mediterranean. Not looking good.
No.
It's not looking good, is it, guys? It's not looking good. And probably everyone expects that they're going to perish in this. But one night, there's a terrible storm. Rain lashes and wind beats down, and there's all storm stuff, lightning and thunder and all those good stormy words. And all lives are surely going to be lost, but somehow, for reasons that are never adequately explained by the story, the boat doesn't sink. And it goes on so long that eventually the daughters, who are also so hungry because they're near starvation, they pass out. And when they wake up, the sky is clear and the sea is calm, looking up. And then they realize that the sea's really calm. And so I think it's actually suspiciously calm. And one of them looks over the edge of the boat, and they're not on the sea anymore. They're on a nice, sandy beach.
They've been washed ashore.
They've been, exactly. And this is great because now there's this huge montage bit of the story, basically, that goes on quite a lot in some tellings of them just getting out and discovering this island and just having the best of time, because this island is free of human habitation and it is a veritable paradise, possibly related to it being free of human habitation.
Is this like the start of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where they go on a journey that geographically will be extremely circuitous, but the American audience doesn't realize that, for instance, the Hadrian's Wall is not between Dover and Nottingham?
I think that's very likely, yes. I think they're certainly getting around. They're exploring this whole island, as yet to be named, this whole unnamed, uninhabited island.
It's not Naboo, though, is it? Just going back to their Phantom Menace. I'm concerned that they've sunk below. Are they about to meet Brian Blessed?
You haven't mentioned any pod races.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out what pod racing is.
I'm not going to reveal yet whether it is or indeed is not Naboo. I think you'll just have to wait for that bit of the story.
Okay.
You are being like a streaming service prequel where you're just holding out on us. Keeping people watching.
I think there's going to be a flashback bit, the second bit before the end.
Yeah, a whole flashback episode, just making us wait.
Oh no, you've not got my pod. That's exactly the sort of thing I do all the time on my podcast. I just insert random bits at random time to keep people guessing, keep them on their toes. But no, not here. So sorry about that. I can go and write one in if you want. Where's this? So they are in this lovely island, and they don't starve. It's got nuts and fruits, and the rivers are filled with fishes, and there's wild animals to hunt. And the animals are sort of trusting because they've never seen humans before, and then they rapidly discover what happens if you meet some humans, and the women slaughter all of them, and they eat very well. And now they're just living their fantastic exile life, really. They're better fed than they'd ever been before. They're far away from the society where all the men cause them grief. One manuscript puts it that they were well reinvigorated, so much so that they became big and fat, which sounds like they were having a really good time, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they're sort of feminist anarcho cottagecore commune flourished. But as the days passed, they found they were missing just one thing from life. We discussed a bit about the family-friendly nature of this show before I came on.
Yes.
The princesses certainly, they began to desire a bit of the old, eyebrows raising up and down rapidly. They wanted to be taken up to see some etchings, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, a bit of How's Your Father the Emperor.
Well, yeah, I think you've got my meaning here. They hated their husbands, but they did miss the general company of men.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And you might think, well, sad, but what can be done about that? You'll never guess what. And this was a twist. And when I first read this story, genuinely, I did not see that coming. Because it turns out that the forests of this verdant paradise also happen to be filled with demons.
Oh.
Which sounds bad.
Yeah.
But these aren't just any demons. These are incubi, specifically. And incubuses are very friendly demons.
Yes.
They specialize in friendship.
Yes.
Right.
And the sisters wanted friends, and so did the incubi, who'd been all alone. And it was just perfect.
The thing with incubuses is you wait for one for ages. I don't feel it's necessary for me to finish my joke.
No.
I feel like people can do the punchline themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely true as well, because there were just loads of them.
A great pun. At number 2, it is a James Shakeshaft one.
It's another Shakeshaft joint.
This is from a live episode. So, a lot of us are pulling a lot of weights on these live episodes. The audience is doing a lot of the work as well in making it fun. I think if I remember rightly, this was from the Leicester Comedy Festival advert. We are going to be performing there in about a month's time. So tickets are on sale and the link will be in the show notes. Please come and enjoy. Because, I mean, it's the second best episode of the year.
On the 7th of February, 2026.
That's the one, 2026.
2026.
This is the second best episode. You would get to see what could potentially be the second best episode of the year. But this is from the last one, which I don't know if you remember. I had some real wire difficulties right down to the wire for this one.
We had some cable troubles.
Cable
conundrum.
Yes. My cables were confounded.
Were you one of those guys in like a children's activity book where it's like, James Shakeshaft has got his wires tangled. Can you help James find his microphone? And then there's like a spaghetti of wiggly lines and you have to trace the right one.
And one of the lines led to my dignity. But I didn't manage. I think I had to do the sound check on stage in front of everyone.
Oh, I remember now.
It was like a dream. It was like, you know, when you have a nightmare where you like go to do a test at school kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like an anxiety. It was literally an anxiety dream where I had to do all the stuff that I normally do hidden away from people under to be honest, very kindly gaze of a bunch of Lorefolk. But it was a stressful one. So the worrying thing is, though, that led to the second best episode of the year. So I think I need to get that.
So maybe your humiliation was the secret.
Maybe I need to get in that much of a flap in order to do a great ep.
All future episodes will have to begin with you doing something that you would normally only do in secret.
Yeah, gulp. What, eating a full pack of Kit Kats?
And this was a very frustrating episode for me because we did Bob Dylan jokes and I could not think of a single Bob Dylan song. And I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. I mainly only listen to Bob Dylan. I was really, really annoyed with myself, but I was so tired during the recording.
Well, we'll have to do a David Bowie version. Does, I don't know, Pixar or what's the other one? DreamWorks. Maybe 2 Unlimited do DreamWorks songs. These are all basically the same level of
2 Unlimited
artist.
Are the only other band that I would know as well as Bob Dylan.
Yes. To be honest, I think I know almost all of their output. Well, this comes from the category from YouTube. Thanks very much.
Thank you for watching Lorefolk at Home.
This is
and not paying like these people did. A little bit cheeky.
Vicious Cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, the audience have heard us say that 3 or 4 times, and we've edited that out. They would have been a lot more impressed. We might have to go back and edit in them being impressed.
Yeah, I think we will. Yeah.
Or so maybe you can do it realistically. Vicious Cycle. Again, I said realistically.
That's good. I think it's good. Well, someone's added to Vicious Cycle by saying a vicious cycle. Oh, so their puns are fine.
Vicious Cycle. So it's like Vicious Cycle.
Like Vicious Cycle, but it involves more fish.
More fishy, yeah.
Yeah.
So the cycle of life.
Exactly as Bob Dylan sang when he covered. He did that whole cover of Disney tunes, didn't he?
Cycle of life. Sailors all the time. This is a bear. Prince Ali, fabulous he. Street rat, I don't like that.
That's a good Aladdin deep dive. Yeah, okay then. So, what was it, Bob Dylan? What's his category? Bob Dylan
I think it's Bob Dylan sings the Disney playbook, and it's a 5 out of 5. I would love to hear that.
Anyway, I feel we're distracting from the category of vicious cycle, and I feel that I've led that because I don't know what it means. No, it is the cycle of life. It's the vicious cycle of life, as represented by the Council of Charnwood Water.
Yeah, but Father, don't we eat the pike? Yes, but the pike eat the ducks. And when we die, our bodies become the ducks.
Oh.
As Mufasa says in The Lion King.
Yes.
All the pond you see will be yours.
It's more Vader, isn't it, that one? That one more Vader. Charnwood Water, pike are a natural part of Charnwood Water. and the council cannot take any sort of action. It's the vicious cycle of life.
Yes, it's also the officious cycle.
Oh,
as well.
Ouch.
Quadruple pun.
So what we're saying...
Sorry, do you guys like this podcast? Because I don't think we're doing it any differently to usual.
No. I think maybe they're wires fans.
Two words that sound similar. No, thank you.
What are we talking now? What are we talking for the category?
We're talking a 1. I'm going to throw that out there. I don't think it's a 1.
2?
Is it a 2 for vicious cycle? Is it a 3 for vicious cycle? Is it a 4 for vicious cycle?
Ooh, it's got to be. Either everyone can't be bothered to vote at all. We have got the first.
In which case, you are responsible for what happens. Mm-hmm. It'll be very controversial.
Is it a 5? Wonderful.
It's the circle of life.
It's the circle of life.
Circle of life.
Okay, well then, it only goes to be my final category, which is now Bob Dylan sings the Disney back catalog. It couldn't be anything more. I don't know any of the songs from Cars, but if I did, that would have really tied in.
Does Cars have songs in it?
No, it doesn't. Boom, boom. I'm driving in my car. So, yes, my final category, Bob Dylan. This is the Disney. I think we all agree that's a 5.
Yes. I cannot. I'm just blanking on any Disney song. Can't remember any of them. But all I want to do is sing Disney songs in the voice of Bob Dylan.
Well, that's what we will be doing after the show. And please join us for a medley of the greats. There's the colours of the wind. That's Pocahontas.
It sounds like an actual Dylan song, that
it does,
one.
doesn't it? Yeah.
That's because of the wind. The City, yeah.
That would be a nice one, actually. Thank you very much.
Can you do the bare necessities? That's kind of a rap. That's a bit like his rap on...
It's my bare rest at ease, a simple bare necessities alive.
So I think we can all agree that went all right.
Went fine, I think, yeah.
The only thing I think that was compromised was the amount of Disney songs we could think of to sing in the Bob Dylan format.
James, I was so tired. I think I had a cold, basically, sorry everyone who came, between then and today. And I've been out of action, and I've just been thinking of Disney songs that you could sing in the style of Bob Dylan. There's millions of them.
Yes.
Can we get a record scratch to talk about this, James? Because
we
didn't do Be Prepared.
I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside. But as thick as you are, pay attention.
That's basically how he rhymes. It basically is a Bob Dylan song already. With the internal rhymes.
All I was doing in the car home was muttering to myself, "Darling is better, down where it's wetter, take it from me. Under the sea. And it's better down where it's wetter, take it from me." I can't remember the tune of that one with the letters.
Oh yes, well, I mean, tunes.
The Love Actually one.
Bob Dylan tunes. I mean, it's not really about the tunes, is it?
No.
It's about hardcore harmonica breaks. If I had a harmonica now, I would have really gone for it.
There was actually one other bonus joke, which was me doing the Lion King going, "Everything the duck touches." This is what I meant to say, but I said something else. I said the water or something. Anyway.
Everything the duck touches. It's been so long, I've no idea what that means.
Probably for you, the listener, you won't remember what that means. Anyway, thank you very much to the Leicester Comedy Festival.
Cheers. Thank you to everyone who came.
But it's number 1 time. But? Is that a but? It doesn't need a but, does it? It is number 1 time.
I think I can find a use for that, but there's been a lot of James Shakeshaft episodes vying for the top spot.
Yes.
But let's find out which one of us did the best, greatest, officially goodest episode of the entire year.
The entire year?
The entire year. The entire year of 2025.
Who could have done such an episode?
Which one of us was it?
It was that Alistair Beckett King again.
It was the Alistair Beckett Kings.
I think you're always getting the number 1 episodes.
Do I?
You're swooping in.
I just don't bother doing quite good episodes. I only do good episodes.
Simply the best.
Or bad episodes. I don't bother doing decent episodes.
Yeah, you're the Tina Turner of this podcast, Alistair, in that you are simply the best.
I am. Yeah, Nutbush City Limits.
Mm-hmm. You are simply the Nutbush. Yeah, that's right. With the Australian dance.
Yeah.
They have a special dance. But this was Series 6, of course. These are all Series 6. Episode 41, The Disappearing Diplomat.
And of course, the listener's favourite part was something James said.
If you're going to come at me, if you're going to ask me for a theory, I am just going to simply say what I'm actually thinking.
What happened to that guy? Maybe.
Well, should we find out from the
Let's find out. I'm about to try and deliver a Shake Shaft-style cinematic opening.
Yes.
Are you ready? Smash cut.
Boom. Yes. I don't even know what it is.
Into a star wipe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are we coming? Is it star wiping in? So the star is mostly black and the star starts small and then whoop.
Whoop. And now you're in. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
3D surround sound. It's the 25th of November, THX.
Is there a helicopter going past an electric guitar?
Now streaming the future. The 90s kids will remember that's what was on the cinema in that. Anyway, James, it's November, and it is in real life when we're recording this November.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it's the 25th of November, 1809.
Right. Simply a month till Christmas, 1809.
But no one is feeling very cheerful because we are in the Prussian town of Perleberg, which is now a city in northeast Germany, but in those days was in Prussia.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Prussia, James?
Yeah, I've got a lot of Prussia questions.
Just crack out some of your Prussia bangers, some of your Prussia jokes.
Is Prussia pleather to Russia's leather?
He had one, listener. He actually had a Prussia joke. I'm as surprised as you were.
It's not actually Russia. Did Prussia and Russia exist at the same time? And did people get as annoyed as I hope they did that there were two countries basically with the same name? So
Prussia at this time, it is a bit of northeastern Germany, a bit of northern Poland, modern Germany, modern Poland, along to the westernmost bit of modern Russia.
Right. And the rest of Russia, was that Russia?
And the rest of Russia was Russia at that time.
Standard Russia.
What could be less controversial than the borders of Russia? Let's just finally nail down where they are once and for all. Prussia. To sum up, we're in Prussia.
Right.
Captain von Klitzing.
Sorry.
Is laid up. Yep, that's his name.
You can't just try and gloss over names like that, but it looks like you're going to.
Captain von Klitzing, he is laid up with a swollen neck. That's unimportant. The neck does not come back into the story. I'm just adding colour.
And imagine, when are we, 1809? Imagine that.
1809.
If he's a captain, he's in the army. And from what I know of uniforms at that time.
Very high collars.
Very collar-based.
Very, very starched. So you can imagine the kind of mood he's in when there's a knock at the door. It's a young man, supposedly a merchant by the name of Koch.
Come on.
Yep.
Come on now, Alistair.
His name was Koch, K-O-C-H, Koch.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, James, this guy, he doesn't have a Prussian accent. In fact, he's an educated Englishman, and he's trembling with ague. He's shivering and quivering in a panic, even though he appears to be wearing a fine sable travelling coat.
Mm-hmm.
He's travelling with his secretary and his valet, but he doesn't trust anyone. He's in fear for his life. And he asks von Klitzing for protection. And the captain, who is sometimes called the governor, sometimes called the mayor, stations 2 soldiers to stand guard at the nearby Swan Inn until the young man's horses are ready and he can leave town.
One of my favourite pub names, by the way. The Swan Inn.
That's how you go into every room.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just in this pub that I do this, but it's accurate. Right, okay. So Big Neck's grumpy, but looking out for this guy.
Yeah. He agrees to give him a couple of soldiers. At 7 p.m., the Englishman dismisses the guards, but then suddenly decides he isn't going to leave until 9 p.m. Come 9 p.m., the horses are ready. An ostler, or Wagenmeister, is holding a horn lantern. The secretary is paying the landlord on the steps of the inn. The valet opens the door of the carriage for his master to step inside, and I'm going to hand over to friend of the podcast, Sabine Baring Gould now.
Oh, welcome return.
The Englishman stood outside the inn watching his portmanteau, which had been taken within, being replaced on the carriage, stepped round to the heads of the horses, and was never seen again.
Mm-hmm.
He walked around the head of the horses and vanished off the face of the earth.
Wow.
And to this day, he has never been seen again. I mean, it would be really surprising if he was seen now, because this was ages ago.
Yeah.
The English government offered a £1,000 reward, and the family of the man offered another £1,000. Prince Frederick of Prussia, who took a lively interest in the matter, offered, in addition, 100 Friedrichsdor for the discovery of the body, or information which might lead to the solution of the mystery. I feel like Prince Frederick offering 100 Friedrichs is a bit like me offering 100 gold ABKs. I'm not sure how much that's worth. I guess it's very valuable. But no information to be depended upon ever transpired. Now, that is quite a lot of money. £2,000 in 1809, according to the Bank of England inflation calculator, is like £140,000 in today pounds. So those quotes were from Historic Oddities and Strange Events, Sabine Baring Gould, never know how to say it, his book from 1889. And this is the story not of the merchant Koch, but of Benjamin Bathurst. That was the real name of the Englishman who vanished.
What?
Benji Baths.
A new Benjamin has entered the building.
We're talking about Benjamin Bathurst, the English diplomat who disappeared in 1809. And I first discovered this story from The Rose Goddess and Other Sketches of Mystery and Romance, a book from 1910 by Lady Constance Charlotte Eliza Lennox Russell.
Whoa.
Henceforth, Lady Russell.
Constant rustling.
So I'm summarising her account of Benjamin Bathurst's early life. He was born a young Englishman. For some reason, I've written that in my notes.
Good.
As all Englishmen are, he was born young.
As one of the young ones.
He was born as a young English baby in 1784 to an aristocratic family, the Bathursts. So
youth is wasted on the babies.
Yeah, that's what they say, isn't it?
So he's Benjamin Bathurst, not Benjamin Button. We know
Benjamin.
that much.
No, he was. That's right. He was born a child, and he got older, but not that much older. He didn't make it past his early 20s, really. The Bathursts are still an aristocratic family now. There's still the Earls Bathurst in the present. And in fact, the heir apparent to the earldom is a Benjamin Bathurst, but not the same one.
Oh.
This Benjamin Bathurst, his mother was Grace Coote.
Good.
Who was the sister of Lord Castle Coote.
Good.
And Benjamin was named after his grandfather, who was also called Benjamin.
What?
And that Benjamin Bathurst had 36 children.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
22 by his first wife, Finetta.
Excuse me?
And 14 by his second wife, Catherine. Wow. Those poor women. Yeah. What happened to them? I think it's obvious.
Yes.
Poor wives.
Many twins in there?
Oh, I hope so.
You gotta hope so.
Would that make it easier? I don't know.
I think just get him out. Otherwise, it's consistent pregnancy.
And he is actually a relative of, do you know Robert Bathurst, the English actor?
Yes.
He was Todd Hunter in Red Dwarf, and he's the roommate in Toast of London.
Yes. He's in Cold Feet.
Well, he is not a descendant of this guy for reasons that are sort of relevant to this story.
Uh-huh.
Benjamin Bathurst didn't have any descendants who survived, sadly.
Oh.
But he's related to that aristocratic family.
The 36 guy.
Well,
I think we're all related to the 36 guy.
I suppose it's not really surprising, but he's got quite a lot of offspring. But we're talking about our Benjamin Bathurst, who didn't have that many children, who was his grandson. And at a young age, he was very successful. He was appointed envoy extraordinary to the court of Vienna on a secret and doomed mission.
Uh-oh.
As you know, James, I don't know anything about military history or the Napoleonic Wars, and I don't care to learn things about military history and the Napoleonic Wars. I'm going to do my best here to explain what was happening at this time.
Are you a TV show Sharp denier?
I really like Sharp. I love Sharp.
But you will not learn a thing out from it.
I will not learn any context.
As soon as they're talking about something that isn't, like about the plot of that particular episode.
Yeah. I will not hear it. Mm-hmm. So Napoleon was fighting in Spain. I can't really do Sean Bean.
Or to see what you can do.
Oh, very good. Very good, James.
Give blood.
So I think that he was on the west side, Sharp.
Right.
Napoleon was busy fighting Sharp's rifles over in Spain on the west side.
Right.
And on the east side of the French Empire, he was fighting the Austrian Empire. You'd think he was overstretched, but he was actually romping to victory, I think, at this point. And the British wanted to persuade the Austrians to stay in the war. So I think basically he was coming with a note saying, please stay in the war. We're sending loads of resources to help the Spanish. So please stay in the war.
Sean Bean's over there.
Right, we've sent in Sean Bean. It should be, he's been killed.
We could do you a Jimmy Nail.
Needless to say, the Austrians turned their nose up at the Jimmy Nail offer.
Oh.
And in October 1809, the Austrians signed a treaty with Napoleon, which was a huge deal geopolitically, way, way beyond my understanding. But for the purposes of our podcast, terrible news for Benji Baths, because it put him in a tight spot. So he wrote a letter to his wife, Philida, via Heligoland.
Pardon?
Yep, you heard me. Heligoland.
Heligoland?
It sounds like a German called Mr. Legoland, yeah.
Is that to Legoland?
Guten Abend, Herr Legoland. Basically, it was very difficult for him to get letters out of Austria, and it was going to get harder.
You got to like clip them together and stuff, I suppose, and the dots.
Because of Lego. Is that what?
Through Legoland, yeah.
So here's this is being very silly, James, but this is the last letter his wife ever received from him. So
he's written it in Lego.
Just continue to make Lego jokes, but on your head be it.
But that's like, you'd need such a big flatty to do a letter of any sort, because even if I'm presuming it's all caps, and you need a lot of little dots basically, and they didn't even have them in the 1980s.
Never mind in 1809. This is the last letter this woman ever received from her husband.
Can I point out this is a real person?
Real person, but we don't know for certain that he's dead. I mean, although like maths insists that he must be by now.
Spoiler.
Things are in the most desperate condition, and if Bonaparte can be removed from Vienna without some very signal catastrophe to Austria, the utmost of our hopes will be fulfilled. My fate will, of course, be decided amongst the other articles of the peace. If the intercourse with England is put an end to, which is next to certain, I shall endeavour to get home by Kolberg and Sweden, rather than the Mediterranean. I shall rejoice to return once more to you, and as the affairs of the continent are for the present so hopeless, I shall not much regret abandoning them. He probably did actually regret this journey, but he set off north, as he said there. Instead of going via the Mediterranean, he set off north, travelling under the false name of Koch with his Swiss valet, Ilbert.
Sorry.
Oh, what has shocked you there?
I didn't realise this was the same guy.
Oh, right. This is the same guy,
I thought that
James.
was just a little soup song. I thought that was just a little amuse bouche for like, sometimes people disappear.
James, what do the words smash cut mean to you? I was starting in media res, and now we're flashing back. This is the guy who vanishes in Perleberg.
Oh, I'm really not very smart when it comes to films or TV shows.
Well, if you enjoyed that twist, James, it's non-stop twist from this point in.
Oh, gosh.
So he adopts the name. I'm going to say it now as if I knew that you hadn't followed the story at all.
Right.
He adopts a name. He decides to travel under a false name. He decides to call himself Koch. Yeah, like the name of that merchant from the start.
Yeah, the distrustful merchant with the false moustache.
Exactly, in the weird accent.
Guy Incognito.
And he's traveling with his valet and his secretary, his Swiss valet, Ilbert, and his secretary, also called the King's Messenger, from the another diplomat called Kraus.
What was his Swiss guy called? Gilbert or Ilbert?
Ilbert.
Ilbert?
Ilbert.
Like an Ilbert. Like Albert, but unwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is full of knockoff brand names. We've got Helegoland. We've got Prussia. We've got Ilbert. Wow.
Well, as you know, James, he reached Perleberg, but he didn't get any further than that. He vanished.
Disappeared into a horse.
Just as he was supposed to leave. He went round the head of a horse and disappeared, at least according to Sabine Baring-Gould's version of the story.
Did the horse eat him?
I'm going to give you many, many theories. Horse ate him is completely new, James. Nobody so far has hypothesized that the horse ate him.
It just, Good. Okay.
It's a good thing he walked around the head of the horse. Had he walked around the other end, your theory would be completely different.
It's like those tubes in supermarkets. For the money.
You think he got pneumatic tubed up a horse's bum?
He got pneumaticked into a horse.
Well, they would have checked, James. That's the first place they would have looked.
There you have it. What a top 10 of 15 episodes over 2 episodes that was.
Yeah. 1 mystery solved. 1 witch absolved. 1 Prince Edward disambiguated. 1 Kent Village given far too much attention, in my opinion, and many more.
Yes. 1 Cyclist Headless. And
1 Jack Springheeled.
Yes.
And 1 pinnace.
Amazing.
Very impressive. Amazing. Really amazing.
Yeah, that was the top 10. So let's do a roundup for the listeners who are presumably at the edge of their seat is a bunch of tenterhooks.
That sounds really uncomfortable.
It's awful. We need to let them off. Do you want the roundup of how many? How many were Jay's and how many were Alistair / guest?
Let's hear it.
In the top 10, which was 15, we had... there were 7 James episodes and 8 guest / Alistair episodes.
So if me and the guests teamed up together...
If you formed a coalition...
I could be a minority government. Is that what you're saying?
Very easily make a minority government in this hung parliament. There's Loremen.
Okay. I'm looking at the honourable mentions, but they're almost all your episodes as well.
Honourable mentions is mostly horse carnage. That, as we mentioned before, horses really had a bad year of it. They got popped. They've lived in some sand.
A horse got popped in the Spectral Bridegroom.
Yeah.
We discovered that computers were basically looms in The Curse of the Black Monk.
That's correct. We had some wonderful other guests that didn't quite make the top 15 / 10 with Ed Knight.
Oh, yes. Lovely episode
Weird
of Ed Knight.
Wade.
Weird in the Wade.
That was great fun. Yeah, it was a great time. It was a wonderful year. And let's just try and have another one, shall we?
Let's just do our best, James. Yeah. The best can do no more.
So see you next week for a new series.
For some fresh lore. I'm not even going to bother doing any stories if no one's going to vote for me.
We'll just need to do one and it will be the best.
I'll do that then. I'll just do the best story.
Just simply do the best story. Well, thank you very much all to the Lorefolk for listening. And you can join us and you can have your own opinion.
Can they?
They can. They can have their own opinion.
You can only have your own opinion if you support us on Patreon.
Yes, in a way that matters. Yeah, no, join us on patreon.com/LoremenPod.
Without joining us on Patreon, your opinions are meaningless.
Exactly right. And there you will get access to the Lorefolk Discord, and you'll also get bonus episodes. So even more of these wonderful episodes will be at your fingertips / ear tips.
Think about how many wounded and injured horses there are that you're not hearing about because you don't have access to the bonus.
And what will be next year's? What will be the theme that emerges from 2026? Well,
who can say?
Who can say? We'll find out next year.
There's everything to play for. I'm gonna read his complaint about the deer enclosure in full, just so you can get a sense of the guy. He complains that a piece of the park has been railed off for the private accommodation of the deer. How very considerate. 50 acres of beautifully wooded parkland, the property of the public, stolen for the use of not more than 30 head of fallow deer, who, by the way, have very seldom honoured this sylvan privacy with their presence, choosing rather to roam in the public walks, the regions of Bun and Biscuit in the neighbourhood. It was, nevertheless, a most considerate act, yes, but it was not for, and this is in scare quotes, the deer. Fie upon such hypocrisy! It was for the pasturage of the good milch cows of sundry grand officials the robbery was committed. Again, these privileged spirits, these brief authority men, the Sidney Herberts of this much abused locality needed, quote, gravel, forsooth, quote, for their gardens. And gravel they must have, and gratis too.
torn from the bowels of Greenwich Park. A pit was opened to the back of the observatory, and a fair hillside permanently disfigured. Good.
Oof. Whoa. He's jumping from deer to people with gravel to Sidney Barrett.
Sidney Herbert?
Sidney Herbert.
Whoever that guy is.
He's got it right
really
in the
throwing
neck.
that guy under the bus. We don't really know who that is these days.
Oh, poor Sidney Barrett.
Yeah.